You think studying at a top 100 global university is not cost effective? Well, think again. University of Sheffield may cost you 25% less than a London-based university. The added advantage? You study at one of the best universities in the world that is among top 100 globally, part of the prestigious Russell Group universities in the UK and one of the 1% B schools in the world that is Triple Crown accredited. We chat with Samreen Khan from University of Sheffield and ask her all about studying at the university, scholarships, jobs and career support and more. But before we start, let me know which other university you would want to be featured on our channel. Comment below and let us welcome Samreen.
So my name is Samreen Khan and I am the country manager for India based at In-Country University Hub at Delhi. I look after the India operations for the university account and also sometimes other South Asian countries including Nepal, Bangladesh or Sri Lanka. I have a team of, I have one member team at the moment, but we are looking to expand as well. So we help all the students going from India to the University of Sheffield, ideally. Now, Sheffield is the world's top 100 Russell Group university. We are top 100 in the world, we are top 20 in the UK, and we are number 2 in Yorkshire and Humber region. We are a renowned, prestigious Russell Group university, with a world-class education, and in a very vibrant and welcoming city in the centre of England in South Yorkshire, which is about 2 hours train ride from London and about 45 minutes drive from Manchester Airport. Very centrally located,
Right. And I believe the Sheffield Business School is also really renowned because I think a lot of students also apply for business school as well.
Absolutely. So the University of Sheffield Business School, fondly called SUM, which is Sheffield University Management School, is a Triple Crown accredited business school. Just for information, less than 1% of the business schools in the world are Triple Crown accredited by AMBA and AACFC, and we are one of them. So we offer a range of courses from financial accounting, human resource management, marketing, logistics and supply chain. And each of our courses, apart from Triple Crown accreditation under the business school, is also individually accredited. For example, our management program is Chartered Management Institute accredited, Chartered Institute of Marketing accredited. So different accreditations are present. We also have the leading MBA, which is fondly called Sheffield MBA, for which we require at least 3 years of minimum managerial work experience.
Right. So, Samreen, talking about the entry requirements, like you said, Sheffield is a world top 100 university. So, what kind of students you look at? So, talking about UG and PG, ideally, what kind of academic background you're looking at, and does Sheffield offer any IELTS waivers to Indian students as well?
Well, that's a long question. So, I'll talk about the undergraduate students first. So at Sheffield, obviously, as a world top 100 Russell Group, the entry requirements would be slightly higher for international students and from these respected modern ranked universities. So for undergraduate students, we only accept applications through UCAS. So we look for, depending on the course that they are from, we look for 80 to 95%. And also it depends on the board they are from. For example, CBSE, ICSE and Maharashtra state board requirements are higher than the usual state board requirements, and which will be significantly higher than CBSE, ICSE. So anything between 80 to 95% is what Sheffield is looking for, depending. The science and engineering courses, the entry requirements are slightly higher, whereas arts and humanities or social science courses would be slightly from, between 75 to 80% on an average. And then there would be subject-specific requirements about various courses also that we would require as well. With regards to PG, wherever we mention 2:1, we ideally look for a first-class degree from your university in India. So as long as it's classified as first class from your university in India, we would, accept them as well. So aggregate should be first class. Now that first class doesn't guarantee you an admission in the university. It depends. Once you submit your complete application, the admissions will then assess the application and then offer you a place. So having a first class doesn't automatically guarantee you a place. Now, apart from this, these are the score requirements. Apart from this, we look for 2 LORs, we look for SOP, we look for a CV. Anything extra that you've done makes your application stronger. If you've taken exams like GRE, SAT or GMAT, for UG or PG, it's an add-on to your profile. It's not a
Right.
must to take SSC for UG or a GRE GMAT for PG, but it always adds on to your profile.
Right.
Coming on to your question about English waiver, yes,
Right.
we do have waiver. However, there are certain waiver criteria and that change every year. So my
Okay.
advice would be that check with your counselor if you apply, if you're eligible for a waiver, or check on our university website. I do want to comment on it because it changes each year. But we
Right.
do have waiver, especially if you are from, renowned boards such as CBSE, ICSE, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka state boards. There would be
Right.
some waiver, but in the last 4 years, if you've taken one of these and have more than 70%. So criteria changes each year, so
Changes.
it's best to look at your university website.
Right. And let's say someone who's not eligible for an IELTS waiver, what kind of IELTS score do you look at for UG and PG both?
So essentially, our IELTS score is pretty much, similar, 6.5 for most of our programs, with nothing less than 6.4. Higher requirements, journalism, for example, or English literature, or medicine-related programs may have a higher requirement ranging from 7.0 to 7.5, with nothing less than 7.0 or 7.5. Those are the IELTS requirements. And if you're unable to take IELTS, the university also has other equivalent exams acceptable, which is like, for example, PTE, academic. We accept TOEFL IBC. We also accept, OET now. But in India, the most common alternatives would be PTE or the TOEFL IBC, other than IELTS.
Right. Cool. Moving on to the next question, Samreen, which is about scholarships. So, I think a lot of UK universities are actively offering scholarships to Indian students, and that's why I think UK is attracting a lot of students anyway because of that whole scholarship thing. So, is Sheffield also offering any sort of scholarships aimed at international students, specifically Indian students?
So, University of Sheffield is actually one of the most generous Russell Group universities when it comes to offering scholarships. Right. Unfortunately, at this point, we are in the middle of starting over 2023 intake applications, and we've just closed the 2022 scholarship application. So our scholarships for the intake of 23 will be confirmed by November, and they'll mostly go live by December. So I'll not be able to confirm that what are the exact scholarships, but with regards to this year, I can give you a broader idea because more or less it remains the same.
Right.
Just for students' reference, there's always external and internal scholarships that a university offers. Now, external scholarships are mostly for PG students, and they are listed on websites like UK CISA or British Council, and some of them are like Commonwealth, Jet, Charles Walsh, Lady Mirabai, Ratan Tata, Sheepning, etc. The internal scholarships are two kinds: at Sheffield, merit or automatic. So this year we had 150 undergraduate merit scholarships, out of which around 7 to 8 were awarded to Indian students. Now this is global I'm talking about. Right. And then we had 75 postgraduate scholarships for, a 25% for PG students, of which again 10 to 11 were allocated to Indian students. You should have an offer, and the applications open up in December, as I mentioned, and they're open up till May roughly. You should have an offer to apply. There's a separate application. There are 2 questions revolving around it. So it's the predicted or the final scores, or the 2 questions that makes your application stronger. Apart from this, there is an automatic scholarship of £2,000 for social science and arts and humanities related courses, both for UG, PG. And science, engineering, health related courses are for to £2,500. Now you can't get both scholarships. You either get the automatic or you get the merit scholarship.
Right.
Advantageous point for UG is that either the automatic or the merit scholarship of 50% is renewable each year, provided you score more than 60% consecutively in each year. So I think that's a generous amount of scholarship that we have. Definitely we advise our students to apply much in advance. So if you're looking for September 2023 intake, November is a very good time to complete your applications. September 7th is when the UCAS submission will start for 23. And end of September, we will open up PG applications. So, please, if you're looking for scholarships, apply as soon as possible.
Cool. Moving on to the next question, Samreen, which is the career support. So I think international students, especially Indian students, also, they look at part-time jobs and full-time jobs as well. As like, obviously, I think it's very important to for a lot of people to kind of earn during their study, and obviously after they graduate. So what kind of support the university offers in both part-time and full-time jobs?
Well, I mean, before I talk about the university, obviously we all know that with the introduction of the GIR, which is the Graduate Immigration Route Visa, is now allowing international students to stay back in the UK for 2 years after UG or PG and 3 years after a PhD.
Right.
So the prospects of the international students have widened, and University of Sheffield is one of the top universities in the north of England, producing most employable graduates. Around 96% of our students get into a job or a place to study within 6 months of graduation across the globe.
Okay.
We are top 5 for student satisfaction in the north of England in terms of employability, and one of the best universities in Yorkshire and Humber for the percentage of graduates that go to highly skilled employment. Now, that being said, like any other UK university, we have a dedicated career center support, to which we have Job Shop Center where students can subscribe for jobs, get a lot of job information. There are a lot of career fairs that happen each year, at least 4 times a year. Companies come in to do networking activities to tell you how to crack interviews, how to apply, what are the different assessment center days. There's a lot of activity with regards to different companies that happen. Sheffield is fondly called the Steel City, so it's very industry-based city. So a lot of engineering companies, a lot of manufacturing industry is at Sheffield. So we are renowned for that. We've just renewed our partnership, for example, with Boeing, and a lot of our students are, into making the jet engine and robotics at the university itself as well, for Jaguar, Land Rover, and Boeing, etc. So there's a lot of opportunity in terms of engineering or manufacturing. For example, biosciences, we are great. We have these companies such as AstraZeneca, Pfizer, GSK, etc. So there's an endless list of companies that come into the campus and, talk to the students and tell them about the opportunity.
Cool. Moving on to the next question, which is the average cost. So how much do you think, in terms of tuition fee would be ideal, to set aside every year for both UG and PG students?
So again, we are actually reviewing. Currently, our PG fees and UG fees are not out for 2023. However, I'd like to highlight the fact that currently Sheffield is #1 most affordable place to live in the UK. So, if you look at an overall cost effectiveness, like the cost of tuition fee plus living expenses, it'll still come around to be very cost effective rather than a London-based city. So roughly we are 25% more affordable than London and 10% more affordable than the UK national average. Sometimes if a student might have, let's say, £2,000 more scholarship in another city, if you actually look at the cost effectiveness, we would actually come out to be quite cost effective in that sense. The fees range from £20,000 to £30,000 depending on the UG and PG program range, whether it's science and engineering courses are much at a higher range. One of the most expensive programs, as we all know, in all universities are medicine and dentistry programs. Our MBA is quite expensive, and engineering and sciences related programs are at a higher side. But like I said, due to our generous scholarships, the automatic scholarships, the living cost effectiveness, it comes out to be a very holistic cost of living. To add on to another pointer is that Sheffield offers a fixed fee guarantee for undergraduate students, which means that whatever your fees is for the first year, it will remain the same throughout the 3 years. That'll help you plan your budget.
Right. And I think this is one of the most asked questions to me, whether the fees is going to increase in the second year or not. Thank you for answering that. Cool. Just to, wind up this quick session, Samreen, what kind of tips and tricks you'd like to give to the prospective applicants who want to study at world top 100 university like Sheffield?
So my first advice would be that do your research, shortlist your university on time. If you're looking for next intake, which is September 23, a very good time to make applications to decide is now. Shortlist your university. There are a plethora of opportunities. Each university has their own pros and cons. Make a list of what would you like. Look at the top 3 factors or top 5 factors: ranking, reputation, location, accessibility, affordability. What matches your skill set? And Sheffield kind of checkmark all those boxes extremely well. So look at that, see which, if you're an undergraduate student, look at your choices, shortlisting, and see that, whether the university only accepts applications through UCAS or directly as well. So don't waste 5 UCAS choices. The PG applications are mostly applied through the agent portal that you're working, the agents that you're working with, the university agents. So apply ahead of time. If you're looking for scholarships, definitely apply early October and November, because once you have an offer, only then you can apply for multiple scholarships. And once you can apply for multiple scholarships, you have a wide range to choose from, depending on whichever one you'll get. So I would say India is a very last minute market, but my advice would be that if you're serious about your studies, if you're keen to study at a World Top 100 Russell Group University, build your profile, do internships, read papers, build your CV, and just do your research thoroughly, and then apply ahead of time and look for more scholarship options.
Cool. Thank you so much, Samreen, for your time. And I think this session will be very, very helpful for everyone who's watching this video. Thank you once again, and I hope to see you again for another session like this.
Applications open September, so start building your profile now. And if you want scholarships, apply early. You can connect with our UK experts. The link is in the description box. Go sign up. To simplify your study abroad journey, we organize a number of masterclasses every week with some of the best counselors in India. And the best part, they're free. Why not sign up for one? Check out the link in the description box below.